Mr. Schneider, you argue that shadow economy, except for weapons, drugs, etc., of course, can be beneficial for a national economy. But does it work? And if it works, is it moral?
No, it's not moral. Shadow economy is something in between. It's from dark shadows to light shadows. But 2/3 of the Greek shadow economies are the same goods and services which are produced in the official economy. Now, as the cab driver was paid by the organization, he didn't give me a bill, yeah? So I don't know what arrangement he has with the organization, yeah? But a shadow economy is at least the evasion of taxes and social security payments and violation of certain labor market laws. I'm aware of this, but there's always a but. One should see also a lot of Greek people have an official job, pay their taxes, and in the evening work in the shadow economy. So they only do not declare the extra hours their work. So they are not these bad people who always go against the government. You as a taxpayer give your money to the government and you expect good schools, roads, etc. And good governance. So if you have to pay twice for everything, if you want to have a driver's license, you have to bribe and pay the fee. If you go to health systems and if you have to give the physician a bribe and you pay your health insurance, you as a normal Greek citizen ask yourself, why do I have to pay for everything twice? If I have to do this, why should I be honest? Why should I be honest? Yeah? Because I have to pay twice, so I won't be honest. So this is a vicious circle the country is in, and to come out of this vicious circle, of course lower tax rates would help, but here the government is in a dilemma situation if this would also lead to reduced tax revenues. But to improve good governance, to fight much more severe corruption. Yeah? How
much money could practically be included in the official GDP of Greece, and how?
If you take this 22.5%, you could add to the Greek official GDP at least half. Well, that would be at least 30 to 40 billion euros. Yeah? If one would make a total figure of the Greek GDP, shadow economy plus official economy, the total would be between 30, 35, 40 billions higher. The official GDP would be about 30, 35 billions higher.
What about the Greek deposits in Switzerland? How should the Greek authorities approach this issue, and what should be the expectations in terms of revenue?
To be honest, a lot of honest people have their money in Switzerland. This is not a crime to put your money into Switzerland if you tax it here in Greek and then put it abroad. You can do what you want, so one should be very clear about this. But there's always a but also we have around 20, 25 billion, maybe only 15 billion illegal money or tax evaded money in Switzerland. And the Swiss government wants a tax agreement with the Greek authorities. So, and this tax agreement could be in a similar way like it is done with Austria. So, in the first round, every deposit or every money who is from Greek persons is taxed with 20%. That's the Austrian way. By 20%, that's it. Then the money is legalized, and this 20% are sent home to the Greek government. If someone says this is legal money and here I have my tax declaration, he doesn't have to pay, of course. So all who are honest are not affected at all. Those who brought in evaded money have the big advantage that after this 20%, a type of tax amnesty as well, so this is then legal money, and then year after year the earnings you have, the interest rates are taxed by the normal rate you have for capital income. Now if one makes the assumption make it very conservative, it's only 10, 15 billion, then you would immediately get between 2 and 3 billion euros from Switzerland.
Do you have any good ideas for improving the tax administration in Greece in terms of controls and collection?
The first thing is a tax amnesty. That you say, okay, if you declare now everything, it's taxed with 25 or 20 or 30%, that's it, and then all this money is legal. This you can do only every 25, 30 years. Also, it will lead to strategic behavior that people evade taxes and wait for the tax amnesty and get it cheaper back. But in this situation, I would highly recommend it. I would bring back all good and efficient tax inspectors. I would either re-employ them in a different salary scheme, explicitly giving them a premium if they are good, and I would tell them 5% what you bring in is used for the tax office and in a normal way for premiums for you. Then what one also could do, or what could done with that, you write to potential evaders, you just write them a letter. We have the suspicion that you might have evaded taxes. Not saying you have, you might have evaded taxes. If, and let's say you might have evaded 100,000 euros. So if you pay 20%, nothing will happen, everything is legal, no inspection. If you are honest, you might get an inspection, and if we find something, it will cost you double. Yeah, I would have lump sum taxes or a tax cap for all, and also to stimulate the economy for all small business and enterprises. And I say, okay, we make from time to time an inspection only about your turnover. If your turnover is below 10,000, you pay nothing, or you pay a flat rate of let's say 500 or something like this. And the tax authorities can then concentrate this on the big fishes. Yeah, they don't have to look all these. How many taxi drivers do you have in Athens? Yeah, and I was asking precisely the same question my taxi driver last evening. Yeah, and he said to me, if I make 15,000, I'm really happy. Yeah, so and he said, okay, and I said to him, if you would, if I would say you just play a flat rate, and he said, I would immediately pay this. Then everything is legal, I would immediately pay this, and I would do my best to increase my turnover. Though it works, such things are working, and I don't understand that such things are not done here.
How can we build tax consciousness in a country like Greece?
This is a very good and very difficult question. I think it will take a long time, maybe a generation. But from my experience for doing these studies for all over Europe and in North America, the first and most important thing is that people have the feeling that everyone pays a fair share. And this, I think, is not running very good in your country.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider.
Okay, thank you.